Yo, what's going on, guys? My voice is kind of raspy. I think I'm battling some kind of viral thing. I don't know. But we had some huge news. I have something very big and Gengar related coming on the way. To help support that sale, I just sold my first edition Lugia for a record-breaking price on eBay. I'm pretty sure I have the highest sold ever. And we sold a couple booster boxes and a vintage gift box and some theme decks. And things are really starting to move along. I don't know what's going on right now. I feel like there's another boom. We're going through another boom cycle again. But okay. Anyways, today we got this PSA submission. We're about to get into that. I've been waiting a little while for this PSA submission to come in. It's got a lot of good stuff. People might think I'm going to get wrecked on it. They might troll a little bit. I can always do better on my submissions. The modern stuff, I think I did pretty well on. I did look at this submission, but it's still going to be fun going over it with you guys. And then we have a lot of 10s that came back. But also, equally, we had a lot of 9s, okay? I'm not perfect at grading. I don't think anybody is. I'm constantly learning, and part of doing these submissions, one of the big part of it is just learning, trial and error, doing it again and again. So this is the 4th or 5th large submission I've done. There's 88 cards. So let's go ahead and get into this beast. Okay, what's going on, guys? You might not like this wide angle look, but I just did it because honestly, it works a lot better. It makes me feel like I have a little more room to work with back here. But here it is, our 88 card submission. We've got some really cool vintage stuff that I pulled straight out of my binder in here. And we've got some great modern stuff that's in here that I had been waiting to send in. I really am glad this came in. This submission finished way ahead of time. I don't know what's going on with PSA, but they've got their shit together right now. At least for other people. Oh, and on top of that, we have another huge, all of these are ready to go. I can't even get it out, so it's so stuck in here. But, and there's one. There's one we got ready. We got Flareon right there. But yeah, this is another submission that I'm going to get ready. That's like 120, 130, 140 cards. This is going to be a big submission. So I have all of those ready, but I need to go over them one more time. Make sure if there's any dirt, any debris, any scratches, any dents. I need to go over all of those again. I know a lot of them are going to be like mid-grade vintage, but and I'm going to send a couple more Salamence in that next submission that I think might be able to get a 10. As well as I'm trying to decide if I should crack some of my 9s and send them in that submission to try and get 10s. I'm very tempted. I have a Flareon V, the Flareon V Black Star promo that I really, really wanted to get a 10 in, and I still think it's a 10. I'm thinking about cracking that one, but my luck with cracking stuff hasn't been great. But, okay, let's go ahead and get into it. I feel like the smaller ones are going to be vintage for some reason. So let's do that after. It doesn't even seem like there's all that much here. I don't know why. I would think it'd be a lot more with 88 cards. Okay. All right. I hope you guys are having an absolutely fantastic day, by the way. Oh, did we need to? Oh, yeah, no, we cut that. Oh, it's still hanging on by a thread. I love the boxes they send, though. They're really great for shipping stuff back out, and they're really great for storage as well. Okay. Come on now. I don't know why I can't get this to break free from here. Oh, this is... Sorry about that, guys. I'm still an amateur at this. Okay. All right. Because, yeah, it's supposed to be super seamless, super easy. Okay. Feels like yesterday I started grading. It's kind of crazy that we're on our like fourth big submission. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, this is not even in order, but what I'm gonna do is set it like that. All right, whoa, we'll just do it like that. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, first card coming up is, and back looks pretty clean. There is like there is some whitening. I could see this being a 9. Oh, and of course it is a 9. A lot of these cards I got dirt cheap, and I know that I'm not going to be surprised on some of them, but I still think it's worth it, when you're grading, to keep sending stuff that you think might have a chance. I feel like I sent this APOM because the centering was really good, and in the past I've had cards that didn't have the best centering, but had really clean backs, and they couldn't get 10s. In retrospect, I've had 10s that had kind of chipped corners, and they still got 10s. So I wanted to send this and see. Lesson learned. Yeah, it has pretty good centering, but okay. APOM. All right. And there's literally debris inside of the slab. You see that? There's, I don't know if any of you guys are going to see that. There's a tiny little bit of debris in the slab. That's not good. This looks like a 10 to me, though. There's one white dot there, but it looks like a 10. Oh, and it's a 9. Salamence EX. Oh, no. Salamence EX starting us off right. Look at the centering of this card, too. The centering is really good, and the back was pretty damn clean. So that's a shame that one got a 9. So I'm going to keep the ones aside that I'm basically taking an L on those, and I'm going to calculate how many slabs I basically lost money on, give you guys a better idea. But I think this submission was worth around like 12,000, roughly. Okay, so this has some charred corners. This is going to be an 8. This card's going to be an 8. It's definitely older. This is exciting. Oh, and it is the Umbreon. It is the 6. Okay. Yeah, I know why it's a 6. The back actually isn't too bad, but the front does have surface scratches. But I love this card. I know I'm probably never going to get the first edition one. I've had to be really picky with what Grail cards I'm going after in this market, just because this market's crazy right now. And yeah, this is an absolutely beautiful card. I'm just trying to see if we could get the holo to pop off there a little bit with that external light. Oh yeah, that's good. I love this Umbreon. This Umbreon was really slept on for a while, and now it's getting a lot of attention. But I think I picked this up for like, I want to say my cost in it was like 60 or 70 bucks maybe. Basically free though, because when I buy raw cards, I usually sell a bunch of them on eBay, and then I keep 1 or 2 to grade. And basically by then, the ones that I'm grading are free because I sell the raw ones. So yeah, this is just a cool card that I'm going to have in the PC. I know it's a 6, but I'm sending a lot of vintage in that I'm sure is going to get similar grades than this, but it looks so good in the slab. So I'm happy we got that Umbreon. That's going to look really good with a black or a midnight graded guard. Okay. So right here, chip there. Yeah, this has to be vintage. Oh, and the Flareon. And it's a 7, dude. Skyridge Flareon with a swirl. With a tail swirl and a 7, dude. So nice. This is such a nice card. Oh, man, I'm so happy with this right now. Dude, the Umbreon and the Flareon back-to-back. Umbreon's like 200 or 300 maybe. Flareon's like 300 or 400 maybe in a 7. So that's like, for me, creating value, because all these cards that I sent that are vintage, I got these for cheap back in the day. So my cost basis on this stuff is cheap. So, and a 7 is like really good for Skyridge card. I probably won't ever buy a higher grade. I want to, but honestly, the fact that we graded this ourselves is really cool. So already we've got like 500 in. This submission costed me $1,700. So far we have 2 9s that I'm at a loss on, So that's, you know, 40 bucks that I'm at a loss on completely. Okay. Next up. Now, I'm guessing we got all the vintage group together. This looks like a 6 or a 7, just because that corner is pretty gnarly. And we got an 8. This Raikou got an 8. Oh my God, that is stunning, y'all. That is absolutely stunning. Whew, that's beautiful. I also, another set of cards I really want. I love the legendary dogs from Neo Revelation. I pulled these out of my vintage binders about a month and a half ago. This submission only took like a month and a half. It was the fastest submission I think I've ever done. That Raikou is beautiful. I got that guy for super cheap too. Yeah, this is going to be one of my most fun submissions. I can already tell you guys that right now. And then it's going to go all downhill. All right, this looks like a 6 or 7 as well. It's going to be vintage probably, and that's got a white corner there, white corner down here. Oh, and we got an 8. It's the Heracross. Dude, I'm so happy with this. So we got our Paldea Evolved Heracross. We got this Heracross, and we have another submission that's going to go out with, I think, like an Unseen Forces Heracross. I'm not sure if that was the right set for it or Hidden Legends. But this is gorgeous, guys. This is absolutely beautiful. So happy to have this back. Even if it's an 8. Like, oh, bro's happy with all of his 7s and 8s. Like, bro, I really don't care. I have nice cards. This is really for fun. And I'm still building value because the market's super hot on this stuff. This looks clean, actually. I'm going to say a 9. Oh, we got a 10. Let's go. That's so, dude, the order is so random how they've sent this back. This Zapdos EX, I have had incredible luck grading these. This card has been the easiest card for me to grade, aside from 151 Blastoise. And yet again, $40 card that is already paid off because I sold the other cards that I bought it with raw, and we graded it and got a 10 and just created so much value. I want to say we're already, I want to say with the Umbreon, the Flareon, and the Raikou, I want to say that's like 600. Heracross is maybe 50 bucks, 650. Zapdos is like 250. So I'd say we're like at like 900 in value, and we got a $40 loss so far. So we're doing very good in terms of just getting this started. Okay. All right. Let's see what we got here. This looks really clean. This is probably a 10. And look at that. Wailord got a 9. I mean, I know y'all are going to say, bro, it's so off-center. How could you not know that? Dude, grading is so subjective. This card was super dumb clean. I really love Journey Together, so this is really frustrating that we got 9s back on that. So that's a loss there. Now, I will say Wailord is being pumped. We could see a big change in Journey Together here shortly. And I'm a big believer in Journey Together, which is why I've graded a lot of cards from Journey Together. Okay. This looks clean. It looks like it's going to be an 8 or 9. Oh, yeah, and it's an 8. We got this Venusaur. I picked this up from the shop. It is already paid for from selling the other cards in that lot. It is beautiful. This is definitely going into the PC. I should be trying to sell all these cards, but most of them are just going to go into my PC. Even that 151 Zapdos probably will go into my PC because I just traded and sold off my other extra copies at CollectCon for vintage cards, and I'm going to do the same thing with this Zapdos. I'm going to wait till next year when this card goes up in value, and I'm going to use it as a trade credit probably. Or I'll get desperate and I'll sell it very quickly. But anyways, Venusaur doesn't get enough love. This Venusaur has a gnarly swirl right there. I don't know if y'all could see that. But, oh man, dude, what a beautiful card. What a gorgeous card. Oh man, dude. That's sick. That is absolutely sick. Yeah, definitely more fun grading vintage too, not gonna lie. In 2009, Supreme Victors, that's old. That is old. That is some good vintage right there. This looks like a 10 to me, but what do I know? Ah, it's a 10! Let's go! The Persian. Dude, I'm so excited that this Persian came back a 10, y'all. This looks so freaking good. This is gonna go hand in hand with Giovanni's Charisma from 151. I'm so excited to have these cards next to each other. To put like a midnight graded guard on this. bro, with the city lights in the background, the midnight graded guard is gonna look so freaking good. So this is like a $200 card and a 10. So I think we're at like 1,100 in value right now. I got that Persian and sold everything that came with it. That Persian I literally graded for free. And this is not like, I think I do okay, but I am already going to tell you guys my gem rate for this I think is 36%, which I've been steadily getting about 36% on my submissions. The modern half of this submission actually is 50%. So that's higher than I've ever gotten. Actually, my first submission, I think I got 60% gem rate. But yeah, 50% is the highest I've done for modern so far. But my vintage brought that gem rate down. So anyways, this copy looks really clean. I'm going to say a 10. Yeah, and it's an 8. This B-drill came right out of a theme deck. I literally opened this from a Koga's theme deck. So this came right from the cellophane packet. And the fact that or not the cellophane, the shrink wrap, look how clean and look how well centered this is. That's how hard it is to grade vintage. Like, I think it's deserved a 9 at the very least. But B-drill's sick. I just made that video the other day with my modern, and the B-drill is one of my favorites from Astral Radiance. So this is going to go really nice in the PC. And maybe someday I'll have the first edition. But really, I graded a lot of these because I never bought the first editions when I came into the hobby. I couldn't afford them. I was buying unlimiteds. So it's kind of nice. And, you know, stuff like this. This came from a theme deck. This was a science project. I wanted to see if I opened up the deck. Now, it wasn't a sealed deck. The deck was open and the deck was sealed. Or the box was open and the deck was sealed. So I wanted to see if I just take the holo, what are my chances? And across the board, so far what I've experienced from theme deck holos is 7s and 8s. It's really not good. Like the chances of getting a PSA 10 from a theme deck so far in my experience are none. And that card I'm not like up on or anything. Like any of the 7s or 8s, most of them I'm not going to be up on because they're going to be super common. But it's just fun to have that. So that's the price that you pay for encapsulation and protecting your cards. Okay, this one's a little chewed up. I'm going to say a 9, honestly. Oh, and it's Raichu, and it got an 8. The 8, I think, for this Raichu is fair. This was basically a pack fresh Raichu, but it still had a chewed up corner. I did not open the pack. It was a opened up vintage gift box that I bought, and it was a couple years ago. And the packs were open. They were cut open, but they still had the hollows inside. It was like they just like the kids opened it and put it right back. So this fossil Raichu is still packed fresh. It's gorgeous. And I imagine for those of you watching this, if you're looking to get into vintage and you feel like, hey, the 9s and 10s are really expensive, 8s are really good value, right? Like I'm honestly kind of mad this didn't get a 9. I just feel like they're harsher with vintage. But yeah. 8s are really, really good value. That Raichu is absolutely gorgeous. That's such a pretty card. Okay. Submission's going so much fun already. Okay. And I'm surprised. I guess I should have started with another box with more of the modern stuff. Maybe this is the better portion of the submission. This looks like a 10 to me, but it's not in order. Pincer. Okay, so maybe this was a fair grade on Pincer. I'm going to be honest, it doesn't have any flaws, so it's kind of shitty that they didn't give me a 10 on this Pincer and just upcharge me. I actually, wow, Aspen is freaking out. Okay, let me go ahead and, guys, can we quiet it down there? Sorry, guys. Family stuff. Actually, no, not family stuff. We have a toddler that is entitled and spoiled, and she gets everything that she wants, and she just screams when it doesn't go her way. Anyways, good luck into parenthood for the rest of you. Pincer, we opened this actually on stream. That was pretty cool. We opened up a heavy jungle pack and we got Pincer. Also, shout out to one of my homies. They just opened a heavy jungle pack and got the Snorlax. Literally the first jungle pack they've ever opened. It was a heavy with Snorlax. I was so freaking jealous. But anyways, we got this Pincer. I went ahead and put it in my binder, and then I remembered that I'd pulled it, so I decided we wanted to send this out to get graded. I should have sent this to get graded a long time ago before they got harsher, because I feel like this card could have been a 10, but oh well. Pincer is sick. There was recently a Pincer artwork. I'm forgetting what set it was, like Twilight Masquerade or something. But we had a really nice Pincer illustration that's in my collection too. So it's funny because the new artwork, in my opinion, it just pays tribute to the old artwork, and you can eventually one day have them side by side, and that's so cool to have the vintage stuff next to the modern stuff. Okay, this looks clean. I'm going to say 10. An 8. Again, a pack fresh Mewtwo. Got an 8. That's just ridiculous. Now, this did not come from a pack. It came from a brand new theme deck, but it's still pack fresh. I don't know. I mean, it's off center, but why the fuck did they give it an 8? Seriously, why did they give it an 8? It's flaw. What am I missing, guys? What am I missing? Tell me I'm not good at grading. Tell me I'm not good at grading, please. Where are the trolls? Tell me, because this was a clean card. I deserve better than an 8 on that, at least a 9. They just trolled me on that hard. Okay. I imagine all the base set packs I just opened recently on stream and sent off, they're probably all going to come back as 8s. I'm probably going to get screwed. I probably should have just sent them in bulk because I paid for the more expensive tier and it probably won't make a difference. The turnaround is quicker. We get those back October, early October, so we'll see another submission soon. It's a much smaller submission, about 12 cards, but cost me $400 for that submission, so I really hope they give me some good grades back. Because if I don't get good grades on that submission, I'm burned. Okay. This looks clean. I mean, it looks like a 10. The back of it looks like a 10. 8, another theme deck, pack fresh, Gyarados. It's making me nervous, guys, because I pulled 2 of these from base set and we sent them off. And I wonder how difficult it is to get Gyarados to get a 10, because this is a really clean example, and again, the back is really nice. The front's off center, but there's not a surface hollow scratch or anything. Beautiful card. I mean, I'm happy either way to have it back, but damn. And by today's standards, like 8 isn't the worst thing in the world, but like, god damn, man. Okay. Okay. This looks really clean, but I guess it'll be an 8 or a 9. And it is Furret from Journey Together. I thought this Furret was really cute, so we took an L on that Furret. You might even say we took an L on the base set hollows, but so far, the only ones I feel like I've taken an L on are the 4 modern cards. So that's like $80 of just total loss right there. Okay, I'm guessing it's going to start shifting back into modern here shortly. This looks really clean. It's a 10. I'm going to say it's a 10. And it is a 10. Now, Great Tusk and Iron Treads. I seem to always get PSA 10s when I grade this card. It's a super easy card to grade. This one, in my opinion, did not deserve a 10. I know that it has like an edge lift a little bit. They still gave it a 10 though. The centering is good and they're pretty easy to grade. So got some value back on that. And you know what? I should separate the ones that are modern that are actually good, because yeah, we want to see our modern 10s. Our modern 10s are really what's creating the value in this submission. Unfortunately, the vintage stuff really isn't adding. I might be wrong. The price of PSA 8s might have gone up, but frankly, I don't think that the vintage portion of the submission is helping me very much. Okay. All right. This looks like it's probably going to be a 9 because it has one corner ding right there, but... Oh, and this is the Cleffa! Dude, I was so pumped for this little baby to get that gem, dude. And I was like, dude, don't send this. You know you're gonna get dicked on this. But I'm like, bro, this is one of those cards worth sending. That like the APOM and the Ferret, maybe I shouldn't have sent those, but maybe I was even at the time had a different mindset. Like I thought I would throw PSA off a little bit, throw some stuff in there that I know was gonna 9. But anyways, I did not think this was gonna 10. This is kind of a big card and a 10. This was hyped up for a little while there. But the Cleffa is absolutely gorgeous. It's really beautiful. A great card from Obsidian Flames. I'd say this and the Scizor and the Ninetales are the best cards from Obsidian Flames. Value-wise, we're not even going to be counting the vintage stuff, but other than the ones that are actually up. But value-wise, I think we're like 1,100, 200, we'll say 250, 450, 650, 700. 700 between these 4 slabs right here. Even if we're only at like 800 on the vintage stuff, because it's mostly 8s. I mean, the Skyridge Flare Elm was good, but we're talking about value here because when you're grading, you're spending a lot of money, and you're not spending it up front, right? You don't have to pay for it till it's done, and for me, that's kind of the nice part. It's kind of like out of sight, out of mind until that bill comes in the mail. But so far, like 700 on the modern, we're doing very well because the modern stuff is costing me nothing, right? So this is one of those times where, you know, maybe grading your modern stuff is way better than grading your vintage, Ryan. Maybe it's a bad idea for me to send out a bunch of vintage, which I'm going to do anyways. But that's why I'm going to send a couple more Salamence, and I'm thinking about cracking some of the 9s that I have that are modern and resending those. That way, if the submission goes terribly wrong, there's at least some modern stuff in there to pull the value of the sub up a little bit. But yeah, my next submission is going to be wild. Okay, this looks like a 10 to me. It looks really clean. Snow Runt. Okay, so I really like the Snow Runt. I might just keep it as a 9. I just really like this card, so this is sick. It's not a loss to me. I like the card enough to where I'm just happy to have that. But yeah, Snow Runt. Gen 3 Snowman Homie. Okay. This is going to be like a freaking 7 or a 6. It looks charred in a couple places, but that's exciting. It's vintage. Oh, let's go. Dark Dragonite with the 7, y'all. With the freaking 7. Dude, the print quality on this is so rough. The fact that this came back as a 7, I got this card for dirt cheap. This was a large collection that came in. I sold a bunch of the cards, made a ton of profit on that collection. This was like years ago too. Traded a ton of those holos for Grail cards at Collecticon, but this was one of the holos I decided I just could not let go of. And I really thought it was going to get a 4 or a 5. I mean, look at the back, y'all. It's not, it might look cleaner, but I mean, the corners and the edges are beat. But yeah, PSA 7, this was a huge win. This card's like 5, 6, 700, even in a PSA 7. So the Team Rocket Returns Reverse Dragonite is such a nice card. Huge Dragonite fan. That's a huge win on the vintage side of things. This is the card that I was honestly most excited about. It's beautiful. Okay. I think I spoke too soon. I saw a sneak peek of this one. Yeah, this one, same thing. Looked like it would probably get like a 5 or 6. And we got my level X Gengar back. Bruh, this is such a nice card. I'm so glad they gave it a 7. Honestly, I'm very happy with it. So, just for reference, all right, we got this and my Gengar X. We got the Sabrina's Gengar too. We may or may not have Skyra's Gengar coming. So this one got a 5. Again, this was from the same collection as the Dark Dragonite. I got so much good stuff back in the day before Pokemon really was exploding. I was able to, for $200, it was like one of the best deals I've ever gotten. Just a big box full of old holos, and I held on to them for long enough for them to finally, really pop off. But I sold a lot of it, but I kept the Gengar EX, which I put in my binder, and I took out of my binder and decided to grade it. I'm glad that we graded it. I know it's only a 5, but like it's just beautiful. So these are like my lower grade Gengars, but I don't care because they costed me like nothing. This Gengar was $40 from the shop, and the other cards I sold with it already paid it off basically, and paid for the grading. So yeah, this is sustainable collecting right here. A 5 and a 7, but still very sustainable collecting. We got the Sabrina's Gengar in a 9. We got the Lost Origin Gengar, that's modern. We got that in a 10. We got the Fusion Strike Gengar in a 9. Very happy with the Gengar action. This really is the whole submission right there. To me, this is the only thing I really cared about. And I don't know if these would have done as well if I would have just sent them. I really feel like the focus was on all these random cards in here, and I feel like they cut me a break on these 2 cards because I don't think either one of these deserves a 7, to be honest with you. They're more like PSA 5 quality. But this just goes to show you can really win in this hobby, building your collection, grading your own cards. These are 2 very badass cards. And basically, this is like 300, this is like 600, 700. Basically, with these and with what's already been graded already, we've already broke even on the submission. So we're doing good by those standards, I think. Okay. The order is not at all right though. This looks really clean. I'm gonna say a 10. Another 9 with the Whale Lord. God damn it. This is pissing me off. Okay. Well, and I like Whale Lord, so maybe I should just put 1 in the stack of like, you know what, I like this card, it's graded, who cares, but I really want this in a 10. But we'll put it in the stack that we enjoy. We'll still just set it there because it's a cool card. Gosh dang it. All right, this looks like a 10 too, and another Whale Lord. All right, we'll set this aside. In the other stack over here is a loss. Now maybe that card can go up in price the same way the Magikarp did from Paldea Evolved. I know it's not nearly as hot of a card, but I think it is being manipulated currently and talked about. So this is going to be a 9 probably by modern standards. It's got a little white dot down there. And it's a 9, the Grottle. I really wanted this card to get a 10, mainly because of this little guy up here. I don't know what's happening to me, but I'm becoming a big Merrill fan. Constantly evolving and changing in this hobby and adjusting what my goals are. And I now have a goal of every nice Merrill card, including this Grottle, I need to get in a high grade. I do think I like this Grottle though, and I do think I'm going to stop getting rid of my 9s because 9s are still nice cards. I'm going to keep that card. It's still a nice card. Okay. I am bummed that none of the Whale Lord I sent, and I picked that out of like 7 Whale Lords, so I'm bummed out that Journey Together is tough. This looks like it's a 9 probably by modern standards. 9, the Swablu from Paradox Rift. Again, it's a beautiful card. I'll probably hang on to this. I like it a lot more than the Furret and the Apom, so that's okay with me. I do need to get the Altaria, and I'd probably try grading that myself too, just because that probably is an easy card to grade. Or I'll just buy the Altaria, but I will get that Altaria eventually for the Swablu. That's such a beautiful card. Okay. Oh my god, I didn't even flip it over. I'm sorry, guys. We got another 7 on a big card. The Espeon from Delta Species. Holy smokes. And it's still, I mean, it's in such good condition. I did wipe off every single one of these cards before they went into PSA. Guys, you don't need to like doctor your cards up, but just wipe them off before you send them in. Make sure they're clean. Make sure there's not any dirt or debris, because these cards, which in my opinion really should be 5s or 4s, they're coming back 7s, right? So like literally my packed fresh vintage is getting 8s, and my crappier older vintage I've found from collections is getting 7s. It's wild. This copy is pretty dang clean, but the corners are chipped. I would say 6 maybe. But yeah, another big card. I forgot about that. That Espeon is huge. We're doing well at this point. I would say we're beyond that that point of we've paid for the grading costs and we're either profiting or we're taking L's on 9s. This looks like a 10 to me. It's got white specks, not even dots, white specks, but it looks like a 10. Are you kidding me? So I knew what the grade was, but I didn't know what the card was. And looking at the back, I'm like, damn, this is probably a modern card. It's like super dumb clean. No, it's a Neo Genesis freaking Pichu. How in the world, like, and this is just pop control, in my opinion, because this card was flawless. It doesn't have a print line or anything. Yeah, this is another big card in the submission. Was very, very excited to get this card back. And just, god damn it, dude. This is stunning. Absolutely stunning. Oh, man, this is so much fun. This is so much fun. We are really growing our collection in a big way here. Yeah, PSA 9 is great of this card, too. That's fantastic. What a win. What a win. Ah, man. What a great day. And I'm going to go to work, and we have a big event tonight, so hopefully I can make some money, help pay off the debt that I've accrued so that I could pick up one of my dream cards that will be here any day now. We also have another first edition Lugia on the way. I didn't mention that, but the only reason I sold mine was because I had a cheaper copy on the way. And I made $1,200 on the other Lugia. So that just brought my cost basis for the cheaper copy way down to a price point that you can't even get today, right? I just sold the last copy. It was $7,700. And the copy that I bought was $6K. And if I made $1,250 minus that, I basically in it $4,750, which was the price not long ago for Neo Genesis Lugia, but it's not the price now. So I could even sell the one that's coming in at a big gain. Now it's got me thinking, guys, I've always loved vintage and I like the high end vintage. But maybe I should be flipping 9s, not 10s, because I can't afford those, not until I get my credit limit raised. But the 9s, I could start flipping 9s. That would be a really fun way for me to see the cleanest cards out there and also just make some extra money. Because grading is great and all, but the money is way too slow. Sealed investing, the money is way too slow. Flipping higher end cards, I think that's already, the vendors already are killing it doing that. Why can't we kill it too? And that's why this hobby is going to continue exploding, because it's endless. The ceiling seems endless. And people don't want to believe that, but okay, this is like a 6 or a 7 for Alligator, and it got a 6. The reverse from Unseen Forces. This card is sick. I knew it wasn't going to get a good grade. It's not worth anything in a 6, really. But it is such a beautiful card. So that guy is going in the vintage pile. It's just a sick card. And if I was a vendor, it would be good to have a mix of grades on the table. Something that everyone can afford. Damn, this is chipped. This is going to be like a 5. It got a 7 for Alligator EX. Another for Alligator. Now I'm thinking, maybe I need to send the Neo Genesis for Alligators, probably, but I just don't think they were clean enough for me to send. Okay. All right. Modern, it's got a white spec. I'm gonna say 9 or a 10. 10! We got, finally, Salamence EX in a 10. Dude, this card is absolutely phenomenal. What a beautiful card. Right now, the cheapest on the market is $260 for this card. That is a steal, you guys. This card for $260, in my opinion, PSA 10, is an absolute freaking steal. If I do sell these, I'm going to hold on them for a little bit. But the ones that I will be selling, I'm probably going to wait $300, $400, $500 a slab, just because I just don't think the market has fully factored this card in yet. And I think that it's really, really underpriced. Just because there's a lot of focus that's shifted to the newest, hottest thing, and Journey Together is just totally forgotten. And I think that this card is going to age exceptionally well. It's beautiful. The sunset, the mountains, the flames, the colors, it's all so complimentary. It's a beautiful card. Absolutely stunning. And we're up. Okay, so I do want to say every single Salamence that I bought is in the 130 to 150 range. So if I were to sell this for 260, I wouldn't really make any money. It really would not be worth it to sell at 260. I would make like a very hairline profit of like 40, 50 bucks, if that, after fees. I mean, I'm trying to think. Grading 19, 130 to 150 was my price point for these right after release. I really wanted to get this card because I thought that maybe it could be one of those cards to just stonk. And I love this card, so I was like, I am not going to miss out on this card the way I missed out on Bubble Mew. And I know, Orion, you can't compare Salamence from Journey Together to Bubble Mew, but I just did that. Anyways, yeah, no point to sell that now. Not even a reason to really sell it at 300. But maybe at 400 or 500 potentially. Okay. And I have a lot of these, so it might just be back to back to back. This is a 10. Another 10. Our second 10. We've got our second 10 now. Booyah, baby. Booyah. We'll make a separate stack just for these Salamence, right? This is going to be another 10. 10, third Salamence. This is the third PSA 10 Salamence. I never get this lucky either, guys. I really don't. This has dinged corner. It might not be a 10. Yeah, they gave us a 9. That was fair. This is going to go into the pile of L's that we got to take. So that pile is definitely going to get bigger because I don't know where all the 9s are, but we're going to get a bunch of them. Another one, a 10, another 10. So we got 4 10s now, and I think most of these are going to be Salamence. How many of them are going to be? Are they all Salamence from there? Hold on. Hold on, guys. I'm going to thumb through all these to make it quick for you. Okay. So we got more Salamence. We've got another 10. Oh. Another 10. Another 10. Oh, a 9. Taking an L on that. Oh, Alakazam sprinkled in there randomly is a 6 from Skyridge. Okay. We'll take that. Clefairy as an 8. I'm not sure why I got this graded. I'm still happy that I did. And on top of that, there's a hair in the slab. So it's less aesthetic than it was previously. Wonder if I can get that hair to just shift out. Anyways, I like this Clefairy just because of the hollow and just because Clefairy is sick. So we got that graded. I'm sending a bunch of reverse hollows to get graded. So they're not worth anything, but it's cool. Chatot got a 9. Okay, so this is random. They didn't do this in order at all. Sorry, guys. So it's not revealing the way that I want it to. We got Entei in a 7, which means we might have all the dogs here. Nope, this is just not in order. So here's Entei in a 7. That guy is absolutely gorgeous. I would like to get the legendary dogs, but just figure I had some unlimiteds, so I might as well get those graded. And we got a 10 on the illustration contest for Alligator. I think that this card is sick, honestly, and I'm really happy to have this in my collection. I think it's a cool piece of history. Dead NA and a 9. We had a couple of these. Okay, this is just not in order. Dead NA and a 9. So I think that card's maybe worth 30 or 40 bucks. Might not be a loss necessarily. Bronzor got a 10. Got some modern 10s there. Dead NA again and Zacian. So nothing is in order here really, but I'm glad we got a 10 there. Another 9 for the Dead NA. Okay. And this is the last of this box. Okay. This looks clean. And it's a Leafeon GX. My homie who sold me the Crystal Celebi actually sent this card to me. So I'm kind of on the fence of like, this was a gift. I'm on the fence of like, dude, you graded it. You knew you were going to sell it. But I'm on the fence of keeping it too because it's such a nice card. That's really beautiful. So I might just end up keeping that. Holding on to that for a while. All right, right here. That looks clean. Okay, 9. And then we got Rayquaza Another level X card. I really like the level X cards. I'm actually happy this got a 7. I'm fine with that. That just looks really sick. So now, so far, we've got Gengar level X. We've got Rayquaza level X. And now we need to get the Dusknoir that I have sent out. That'll be cool. Okay, let's get into the next boxes. I honestly, guys, you know, I'm hype about this submission, but I think we already got through the best stuff. But I'm brain dead right now, so I can't remember if there was that much more. But we got a lot of Salamence in a 10. A lot of Salamence in a 10. Okay. And there's some cardboard with 2 other cards. Oh, card inside. Okay. Yeah, we'll go this way first, actually, because I want to see the cards that they rejected. Okay. So we got Blitzel came back in a 10. This is just a cheap card. I like the artwork, so that'll be staying in my personal collection. I just think it's like very Harry Potter-esque vibes. Really like that one. We got another 9 on Wailord, unfortunately, but that might not be the biggest deal in the world. That could come back. Definitely going to calculate all the cards that I don't care for that got 9s and just look at like the money we had to just eat to send this. Okay, we got a card inside here, and I know what it is. It's my freaking Chansey. Do not hold her. Altered. Do not hold her. Altered. That's wild. This Chansey was literally pack fresh. So I'm really curious how it was altered. It's like hilarious. Like, what? I'm really curious, guys. Will someone tell me how this is altered? Because I have no idea where they're coming up with that. Like, where? What about this card would be altered? I'm not seeing it, guys. I'm not seeing it. So we're gonna send the Chansey again at some point. Because that doesn't make any sense why it would be altered. It was just a pack fresh Chansey. Okay. Okay, we got Modern. This looks good. It could be a 9. It's got a little white spot right there. And we got the Meryl in a 10. Let's go. Yep, okay, so the fun continues. This Meryl is really, really sick. This is a super nice card from Paldea Evolved. Definitely one of the big ones I wanted to get back in a 10. That's a celebration, y'all. Okay, this one looks pretty clean. Palkia GX. I got this from the shop. It was super cheap. I sold the other cards I picked up with it, so I just wanted to grade it and see. 9, not the biggest thing in the world. Might even hang on to that for a while. Okay. Whitening. This is going to be like vintage 7 or an 8. 6, but it's the Tyranitar. The EX Delta Species Tyranitar. Such a nice card. Such a beautiful card. Ah, man. Even in a PSA 6, I don't care. It's just a sick card. And I do need to factor in the cost of just grading cards that I wanted to slab. This is chewed up. This is 5 or 6. Yep, 6, Dragonite EX, but still a really cool vintage card. We got the Dragonite EX. And by altered, maybe it was just because I wiped the card, and they could tell that I wiped it, but it was only with microfiber and water. And still, I wiped every single card here. Why did they rejected the Chansey, which would have been the least one I expected for them to reject, just because it's pack fresh. Maybe that's why, because it looks too clean. I don't know. We got Arcanine here from Skyridge in a PSA 8. I should be way more hype about this. This is huge, guys. Arcanine and a PSA 8 from Skyridge. This is huge. I think I'm in this like $150 on this Arcanine from when I did buy it. So it's definitely up on that PSA 8 value, but I'm just glad that I finally got this card slabbed up. Definitely going into the PC. Definitely going into my PC. I need a new briefcase just for vintage PC. Like mid-grade PC. This looks like a 10. Yep, another 10. We got another Salamence and a 10. I'm going to be upfront with you guys. I believe there are, I think, like almost 20 10s. We got a 9. We got to eat the cost on that guy. But I do want to see for the 9, what about it? Yeah, I got a white ding right there. Got a white ding. The centering is good, though. Had a good chance at a 10 still, I think. Okay. Corners look good, 10. 10, yep, another 10. Okay. Corners look perfect, 10. 10, okay. Corners, 1 white dot. I'm going to say 10. 10! Destin Rivals Kangaskhan. Let's fucking go, dude. Between the Kangaskhan here and the Kangaskhan and Mega Evolutions, I'm glad that they're showing some love to Kangaskhan. But I'm really happy this came back. I literally picked this up from the shop for like 10 bucks, 9 bucks. So I'm really, really happy that it got a 10. And we will probably sell that because it's probably actually higher cost right now with Destin Rivals being so hot. Hard for me to believe that Kangaskhan is going to end up being $200 or $300. So 150. Well, for now, 150 I think is what it's going for in a 10. So I should take that. This is a 10 as well. Durant. We got the Durant. We are going to sell that Durant because I looked at that card and was like, yeah, this is a 10. For I think I paid $4 or $5 for it. Okay. White dot on the corner, but still could be a 10. Yep, 10. They gave me both 10s on the Kangaskhan's, even though they both had white dot corners. Which is what I'm saying. Like, it's just, you got to trial and error. Okay, white dot. Could still be a 10, though. 10, Iron Treads. Dude, they always give out 10s on Iron Treads and Great Tusk. We got another, that's like the 3rd time I've got that card back in 10, I think. Ooh, baby. This is a big one, guys. Picked this up out of the shop for 40 bucks. And it was already paid for by other cards I sold. Boom! Base set Blastoise. Let's fucking go, y'all. Let's fucking go. Base set Blastoise. Now, I already own first edition Blastoise in a 9. But I literally just picked this up out of the shop for dirt cheap. And to make things even better, I picked this one up a couple years back. I have the first edition Charizard, but I like to keep this one on the shelf so I can look at it still. This is my base set unlimited Charizard. This was one of many that I had, but it was the highest grade I got back on one. I bought this card for about $112. And now I've got the Blastoise and a 7 to go with it. Now we just got to get our Venusaur back from PSA, and hopefully it gets a freaking 10. But if it gets a 7, 8, 9, that's okay too. But yeah, here we have 2 very big cards together in all their glory. I'm so happy that Blastoise came back to 7, y'all. And base set unlimited is like dope. Base set unlimited is dope. Okay. All right. This is a PSA 10. Latios, beautiful. So now we got the Latios. So I could not get either of my Latios to grade a 10. I graded 3. None of them got 10s. I ended up buying one. Which is really unfortunate. I took L's on that for sure. Which is where grading is, it's a gamble. But 9 times out of 10, it has continued to pay off for me. But it is tough getting rid of those 9s. So you kind of better just say, I'm just going to keep these 9s. Maybe next year the market will be a little bit higher on them. But trying to sell 9s right now is like crazy. Like I've said that I can sell them, and I always do. But they take forever to move. Okay, but yeah, we did get this for like, I don't know, 15, 20 bucks. And it got a 10. And it's already paid for. So that's a huge win in terms of the modern stuff we had. Okay, we have 1 box left, and then this submission will come to an end, my friends. It is coming to an end, but it has been Such an absolute pleasure sharing all of these cards with you guys. Absolute pleasure. And that's the thing. Grading just adds a fun layer to the hobby. And we love that. I think PSA does a really good job, by the way. They get a lot of shit, but I think they're doing a really good job. Okay. Here we go. Please be some fun stuff, because I can't remember what's left in the submission. 10. 10! Another 10. Another 10 on the Salamence. 10. 10! Another 10 on the Salamence. Okay, guys, I'm just being honest, but I have 18 10s on Salamence. 10! Another Salamence. I'm like RF Collectibles when he had all those Giratina, except I'm in 2025 with the Journey Together Salamence. This looks like another 10. Another 10. Maybe this whole box is just full of 10s. This is a 9. 9 Iron Valiant. I saw that coming. That card is going to sell just fine, but I saw that coming. This is going to be a 9 probably. Could be a 10 though. A 9. Got a 9 on the Salamence. It did have some white dots, but it had such a good chance still. Okay. Modern 9 probably. 9. Yeah, it had that white dots, man. They're really tough. They're really tough. I mean, that still could have gotten 10s, but nope. 9s. 10. 10. Boom. And that was no, that's pretty, the centering's pretty good on that one. And my hopes were that if I bought these cards shortly after the release, I would get the cleanest copies. But that's not necessarily true. And also, right now, the price is half what I paid for these. But you could argue that I still got the cleanest copies. Copies hitting the market might have shifted around in someone's binder or might have been played with. Anyways, most copies I see for $60, $70, $80, they're not clean copies. So I still think people are paying $90, $100 to get this card clean. This looks good, though. A 9. Okay. I mean, you guys could see this card. I'm not sure why they gave that one a 9, but I think I just sent so many. They just could not give me as many 10s as I wanted. This is a 10. 10. My stack of Salamence has finally arrived. What is this? This is going to be a 9. It's got a white dot corner. No, and they still gave it a 10. So that has a white dot. It's 2 little white speck corners, and they gave it a 10. So this is just the luck of the gamble between the 9s and the 10s. This is a 9. It's got a white ding down here. 9. This is 9 for sure. 9. That one should have been obvious. That one honestly should have been obvious. I shouldn't have sent that one. But they're all pretty damn close. This one could be a 9 or a 10. It's debatable. I remember this copy. It had a little bit of a weird corner thing here, but 10, they still gave it a 10. So it just goes to show if you take a risk. This is going to be a 9 for sure. Oh, and it's the Togetic. Really nice. Beautiful hollow on that guy. Happy with an 8, considering it's just a cheap vintage binder copy. Okay, maybe there'll be some crazy stuff at the end here. This looks clean. I say 10. Wow, and it's an 8. It's my base set Ninetales. We did pull this card ourselves. This came from a base set pack, so that's kind of unfortunate that got an 8. It's just what happens, I guess. This looks like a 10 to me. But no, Veluza. They did not. I wanted this for the Starmie action, but I still like this card. I'll keep that to the side. It's not worth anything, but I still like it. Okay. This is a 9 or worse. 8. Suicune, yes. Okay, so some vintage era love. We love Suicune. This card looks absolutely sick. I'm glad I got it encapsulated. Pretty good place to end on, too. 8. I can't tell if it's vintage or modern. Modern. Riolu. Riolu I like, so I'm probably going to have to set him over here. I'll just hang on to him. Really, the stack of stuff that I took L's on or just want to get rid of immediately because it's 9s, not too big. Last card. White dot. It's going to be a 9 or it's vintage. Paldean Tauros. I do really like Tauros. This got an 8. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it deserved an 8. I think they just threw that out there. But okay. And that is a wrap, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I enjoyed doing this submission. We got 18 Salamence and PSA 10 back. It's pretty incredible. In fact, I should probably count these out and make sure I got all 18 of them because I'm pretty sure there were 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. 18 Salamence EX from Journey Together. And no, these will not be hitting the market. So it's not like there's going to be a bunch of 10s flooding the market anytime soon, guys. This is definitely a grading investment play right here where I'm going to sit on these, and I love this card. So believe in what you love. This card's going to do really, really well. Mark my words. Just like a lot of things that I dabble in, even when they don't do well initially, they pretty much always pan out. Battle Styles, for example, that set I got a lot of shit for. Right now, I'm just starting to really move Battle Styles booster boxes for like $250, $260 price range. So I think 300 is on the horizon for Battle Styles. So I'm excited about that. I can roll all that sealed money into a nice card. Because honestly, that was just an experiment. Like, if I buy one of the crappier sets in Sword and Shield, because it's cheap. That's the other thing you guys got to understand. That set, it was $100 a box. You cannot get boxes for $100. That was only a couple months back. That's the thing. Like, it's totally different now. Buying a box for $300, if you're going to cash out on it, you need it to hit $500, $600 to even be worth it. So I really caution people getting into sealed investing that I think it's been overplayed and overdone, and grading is so vast. There's so many opportunities. Everybody can do it, and the market doesn't, there's always a chance to make money doing this, and you get to build your collection sustainably. Anyways, peace out, guys. Let me know what your favorite cards in the collection were. I'll see you next time.